jẹ́ kó wọlé mi o bàbá, jẹ́ kó wọlé mi o, jẹ́ kó wọlé mi o bàbá, jẹ́ kó wọlé mi o. Owó tuntun wọlé mi máa jèrè, ọmọ tuntun wọlé mi máa jèrè, owó ọmọ pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà o bàbá, jẹ́ kọ́lá wọlé mi o bàbá, jẹ́ kọ́lá wọlé mi o.
Alaji, thank you for setting this up, and all those who have joined, thank you for joining. We want to make it as informal as possible and as interactive as possible. So opening remarks I want to appreciate project committee for the progress they are making and for the feedback they are giving us. Alaji will give us more details as we move on. And I want to appreciate all those who have joined so far. The essence of our association, as we've always said, is for us to bond and become friends again. I would like us to see this as an opportunity, like another opportunity to be together again, to be friends again, like we were over 30 years ago. So this is a good one, and a lot of things happen that issue. In fact, maybe we should just. It's not possible for us to do a minute silence for Mr. Wope, but one of the things that we should be happy about is that we were able to touch him in our own little way before he died. You know, so I want to commend all of us for being able to do that. No matter how small, we made an impact in his life. Maybe God used us to even extend his life for the length that it eventually was before he passed on, because of the intervention we made last year on him. So I congratulate everybody for making that impact. And in Kotafeshe, I think it's important for us to create an opportunity for us to see ourselves once again. We have experienced life in different ways from the time we were in school. We have good stories to tell. We have challenging stories to tell, triumphs, rough time. But being able to bond together as friends is very key. Develop relationships again, help ourselves in our own little way to make things easier for ourselves going forward. And that is the essence of what we are doing today. The agenda of our meeting today, as the secretary will explain later, is more about the reunion, how we'll be able to meet, see ourselves, and bond better. I want to appeal to us. There are people who have issues, friction, conflicts, you know. I may not know the whole story, but I think it is time for us to allow all those conflicts to be buried once and for all. You know, to be free. Let's be free with ourselves again. Let's forgive ourselves for whatever we've done. However we've hurt ourselves in the past, let's forgive ourselves and develop that freedom and that friendship again. Akweju, we spend another 50, 60 years before we all travel. But let us make sure that for the remaining part of our lives, we are able to positively impact ourselves in whatever we do. The secretary will outline the plan for the reunion. Our social secretary will also outline the plan for the reunion, how we have to raise money among ourselves to make it happen next year. Let's be deliberate about it, and I believe nothing will be impossible for us to achieve. Adedeji will also, and Gawati is also here, will also tell us about the cost of the projects that we can do, because it's good for us to also plan something between now and that reunion date for what we will do for the school. A lot of things are going on about government's intervention in refurbishing schools, and we are making our own inroads to some of the people that are placed in government to make sure that St. Anthony's is one of the schools the government might renovate. I have an appointment with one of the aides of Governor Abdurrahman, and he has promised that he will ensure that St. Anthony is on the list. So we'll keep pushing and hopefully we'll be able to achieve it, because once government is able to step in, their innovation is always very extensive, much more than what we can do as an association. So we will try and push to make that happen as well. Allah bless efforts and make it a reality. And another issue that I also want us to address is our scholarship committee. I will try and get across to Pastor Bolaji Ige, who is the chairman of that committee. I know that they have almost concluded work, but we need to act quickly so that we can settle that issue of the scholarship once and for all. Pick the students that are getting the scholarship and move on to some other projects. And I believe that very soon that will also be one of the things we will have been able to do as an association. So once again, I welcome all of us to this Zoom meeting. I thank you all for joining in spite of your busy schedule. And unfortunately, we have to take my leave any moment from now, as I explained earlier. But I believe that the Vice President, Buki Malomo, the Secretary, Nadedeji, Social Secretary, Femi Motosho, Publicity Secretary, Dejade Ponle, and all the other ESCO members are going to be able to lead this meeting to a very fruitful end. So thank you once again for joining, and may the Lord bless our efforts, and may the Lord bless us all. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, thank you very much. Our president, Mr. Toyin Bitoye, for the opening remarks. I said a lot. We need to give back to our alma mater. We just have to start from somewhere. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. So that's part of the reason why we decided to call this meeting. Buki is also here. Buki is here. She's going to give us some remarks too before we proceed. Buki, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, yes. So it's okay.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, my fellow Antonians. It's good to know that everyone is here. I just want to thank you all for all that you've been doing. And I would just like to, sorry, I need to go out. Yeah, so I just want to appreciate you all for all that you've been doing. Adupelo for your contribution on the platform, and also for all the committees that have been working behind, closed doors, just to make sure that we are able to move the association. Like the president said, we will still need your support so as to be able to move the. I don't really have much to say because, I'm here to support in any way I can help. And I think by the time we go through some of the projects we have in mind, or even the reunion that we're planning, I think I'll be able to say more on that, because I think all of us that are here, we are definitely here for a reason. Joe, if you have anything against anyone of the executive, or even anyone on the association, Joe, let's work together so that we can achieve great things. Like I always say, we don't know how long we'll be here for. I'm not praying that we lose anyone, but as long as we are here together, let's be able to live in harmony with one another. That way, I think we'll be able to achieve more than we could even, imagine. So, and I pray that, Lagbara Olorun, we will all see again in good health. So I'm happy to see so many people here, even though we are not many, but at least I can see Ayobolu, I can see my Jumoke, I can see, yeah, so I can see a lot of people are here, which is encouraging. It means we are all working towards the same cause. God help us all. And thanks for your support so far. So I think as we proceed with this meeting, then if we have anything that we think we want to share with everyone, I believe we can talk about it, and God will help us. Eshe, thanks.
Amen. Thank you very much, Buki Alabi, for your remarks. We'll just go straight into the meeting. We have 13 of us here. Thank you for joining. I can see DG. Ayobolu is here. Dayo Gawati is here. Okiat is here. Dupe Adegbinjo, Oladele Medopin, Funke, Olachirejo, and our Ademola Adeyinka is here. You're all welcome. So, for the reunion, let me quickly share my screen. Current members of the committee of the reunion, we have about 8 of them. Yinka Olateju, Femi Omotosho, Funke Abidoye, Remi Ayemodu, Tumbosun, Olajubu, Okiat James, Tope Shitu, Sharafa Din, Oladipupo. We thank you for bringing forth this report, and we are very hopeful that at the end of the day, we should be able to have a successful reunion come next year, July 28th to July 30th, 2022. From the WhatsApp meeting we did last month, we were able to come up with that date. I believe that date has been sealed, July 28th to July 30th, 2022. That's when we plan to have the reunion. We are talking of at least 9 months from now. So we have a lot of time to actually plan. And I believe that if we start early, we should be able to achieve what we need to achieve. The WhatsApp meeting we did, the percentage of people that actually contributed was kind of poor. Maybe like about 15 of our members. We have almost 90 members on that WhatsApp group. But what I can deduce is that date. I think that date has been fixed, July 28th to July 30th. So before I proceed, does anybody have anything to say about that date? You can always unmute yourself and speak or raise up your hand. So, okay, in the absence of none, I will just proceed. We have actually shared the committee report. So at the ESCO level, we went through the report and make some adjustments. The summary is we want to do a reunion next year, and there's already a program that has been proposed, which we have accepted. So from what you can see on the screen, you can see the program there. For Thursday, the arrival day and get together. Friday, all those details are there. Official collective gathering. It's going to be a full day on Friday from 8 a.m. to like 6:30 p.m. Arrival, starting of program, opening prayers, you know. We also visit the school. There will be Jumat service. We return to the program. POTs, we have their speeches. We will visit our school. There will be talk shows. And then we have dinner. The same thing applies for Saturday. There will be arrival, starting the program from 9 a.m. Project planning committee presentation and discussions. There will be lectures, and of course, there will be gala night on Saturday. We will also plan to host some of our teachers. Everything is there. So we need a venue for this program. Everything has been stated, in the report. The options we have, two venues we are actually provided, both at Fate in Ilorin, and everything is there. So there will be, of course, there will be eating, there will be drinking, there will be merriment. And at the end of the day, the budget proposed, which we accepted from the committee, was about 3.5 million naira. We hope and pray that things will still kind of remain same. We all know the level of inflation in the country presently. So I will not really need to go through all these rudiments. We have all seen it. I don't think there's a need for me to be reading it one after the other. We all have it. I can still post it after this meeting if we don't have it. So all the details are there. We need money to do the reunion. We need people to take care of themselves in terms of accommodation, or maybe you have a place in Ilorin that you can stay. That one will be taken care of by individual. And then for the program itself, the budget proposed is about 3.5 million, just as I said. As you can see on our screen, there will be feeding, as I said, for the 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There will be movements. We plan to rent a bus, Ankara for ushers, roll-up banners. We will also need security. We will need DJ, photography and video coverage, live streaming to Facebook and YouTube. All these are there. We need to plan to have souvenirs, then awards and prizes to our teachers. We are thinking of giving at least about maybe 20 to 25 of them awards, like 25,000 naira each. I think that one is eating about 500,000 naira, which is very okay if you can give them something. And then visitation and gifts to the families of traveled members. We have budget for that one to like 100,000. Miscellaneous, 200,000. So everything runs to about 3.5 million, as you can see on our screen. Then we plan to have T-shirts for everyone. You can see the sample of the T-shirt on the screen. Like 90 members on the platform at 3,500 naira per one, or 4,000 naira for customized one with name, as shown on the screen. So all these are plans of the activities lined up for our reunion meeting. And we need money, Everything is all about money, fundraising and sponsorship is key. So our account details is part of the write-up, which is there. We need to pay into the accounts, and we need to plan. Many of us, maybe we are salary earners, or maybe we are working for ourselves. Everything we still need to plan. So for the fundraising and the sponsorship, there are different categories of sponsorship that we have. We can see on my screen, we have from 50,000 naira, which is the bronze category. We have the silver category from 100,000 naira to like 249,000 naira. The gold category, 250,000 to 499,000 naira. Then platinum category is 500,000 naira and above. Then, as a member of Sass, the plan is to have a reunion levy, membership levy. We are part of this thing, and we want to be part of the reunion come next year. The plan is to be paying 20,000 to 25,000 naira. As apart from our AMLO, this one is for the reunion. So it now depends on how we want to split the payments. Like 20,000, 25, maybe we want to be paying it 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, or anyhow that we deem it fit. So that's the plan. for how to raise the money amongst ourselves. Contributions from ourselves, from our friends. That's how we plan to actually raise the money. I said earlier that we want to give our teachers like cash gifts. And from the list here, we have about 20 teachers. So if we are giving 20 teachers like 25,000 naira each, that is 500,000, which is still okay. So these are part of all we need to do before that time. And we need to start early. And that was why we actually called this meeting, because this meeting is actually centered around this reunion we want to do. We don't want it to look as if the executives are not doing anything. We have to do this thing together, work together as a team so that we can achieve what we need to achieve. So please, my honorable class Sass of 90 members, this is where we are. And we need our contributions, and we need to start early. We're already in October now. And we want everybody, each and every one of us, to try and be part of this reunion. We know that, of course, it's not everybody that will be able to make it. Let's say we are like 90. I don't know if you can have like 50% of us, like half, 50, 45, 40. It's still okay. We want to really go ahead and do the reunion, irrespective of the number of people that are going to be available physically. We want to do it. So I would like to stop here so that members of the committee, if they are here, they can also talk about it. We want comments from the reunion committee. And part of those people, we have Yinka Olateju and Femi Omotosho. I know that Femi is here, but I don't think Yinka is on this call presently. So I would like to stop here, and we want the reunion planning committee to say a word or two about the job they have done and how we are going to achieve what we need to achieve, so that we can make this reunion a reality. So thank you very much. We are presently 14 on this call. Femi Omotosho is here. So Femi, Yinka is not here. Maybe you have to say one or two things before we proceed. Thank you, everyone. Femi, over to you.
Yinka Olateju is there.
Okay, he's here.
Yes.
Okay, the general.
I'm just my network went out.
So let's have a word or two from the planning committee.
General, let the general talk. Only chairman.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, sir.
His video is not on. His what's it called? Is not on.
Yes.
His audio is not on. The video is not on.
The video is on now. I can see him now.
Oh yeah, your voice. Unmute yourself, Yinka.
Hey, sorry.
Better.
Thank you very much. The general, you are welcome.
Baba, I greet you.
Yeah, thank you. We find very well. Thank you for a good job, well done. We appreciate you,
bro.
And we appreciate your team.
Thank you, bro.
We at the ESCO level, we have looked at the report. Most of the things you said we should do, they are very okay. So we just adopted the majority. So as the chairman of that committee, we would like you to say a word or two about it.
Thank you very much, Ore.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you for this privilege to serve. We started, like you can see there, but I need to just say this, that in the reunion planning committee, we have friends like Tokpe Shitu, Femi Omotosho, representing the executives in our midst. We have Funke Abidoye. Sorry if I'm still using their single names, though.
No problem about that.
We have Kunle Rotimi Ojel. We have Okeat James, Remi Modu, Sharafa Oladipo, and Tubosun Olajubu. And these are the people that we work together to come up with that that report. I must say this: coming for reunion is something that is key and is very, very important to bring a bound, a solid bound in our midst. We need to have this reunion. And I must say, most of us are now, like say 30-40% of us are 50 years old. We range from 47, 48, 49, 50, some are 51, 52. And by God's grace, will be more than that. The reason why I'm saying this as a background statement is that I belong to the 88th set of the Antonians. I've been privileged to attend 2 reunions. And I noticed that for me, it's a way of thanking God for life. You thank God for where God has brought us to. Sometimes last week we were at the reunion in August in Ilorin. We were in St. Anthony's. I saw mates that I've not seen for like 30 years. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, that I'm alive. Do you understand? For me, it's a way of thanking God for life, you know. And it's good we see ourselves. Having reunions is not a way to come and form, I'm a big boy, somebody is a big girl, somebody has achieved. We are all, and fingers are not equal, but we thank God for life. We have the same God. So that being said, I'm saying this to encourage everybody to try as much as possible to attend this reunion we are planning and to be a part of it. It's so key. Now, all these stuffs we posted that we agreed on, which can still, there are still changes. Change is a constant thing. There are things that we still have to change. Like, unfortunately, we lost Baba Owope. So Baba Owope is out of it, but we can still, I don't know, depending on the platform, whether we'll still call the family to give them something. You know, that's part of the things that has to change. Prices are changing. But I believe God for funds which will come. We believe we can do it and we'll do it. And just like Adedeji, rightly, Alaji said now. Adedeji, I hope I'm right to call you Alaji.
We are free.
You know, just like you rightly said now, we are going to hold it. Even if we have 20 people, we're still going to hold it. We're going to hold it. It's going to hold and it's going to be a great success. Anybody that doesn't attend it, of course, there's provision for Zoom attendance, online attendance. You know, in our budget, there's provision for online attendance. But it will be so great for if you join us there. Things have changed in St. Anthony's. You get there and you might shed tears. We need to give back to our society, even if it's 20,000 naira out of your money. We need to give back to our society. We were privileged to see Baba Sonny. We checked on Mrs. What's her name? Kolawole. You know, she almost shed tears when she saw a convoy of over 20 cars coming to visit her. She wasn't expecting us. So these are things we give back to the society. We give back to our teachers. They've sown a seed in our lives. We wouldn't have been where we are today if not for them. So what I'm saying is, let all fingers, all hands be on deck. Let's make it work. Your 10,000 naira can make a difference. Your 5,000, and just like Adedeji rightly said now, if you are looking at dropping 20,000 naira at once in the Nigeria of today, it might be an uphill task. But 2,000 naira today, 5,000 naira tomorrow, 3,000 naira tomorrow, and we can even, like I proposed in our meeting, that if you look at coming to Ilorin, maybe by road or by air or whatever, you think, okay, for those 3 days, I'll be spending like 50,000, I'll be spending like 100,000. I propose a situation whereby you can be dropping 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 in a particular pocket. By the time you wait in the next 6 months, you might discover that you have saved for the reunion But if you want to bring out the money at once, you'll be like, school fees or whatever, So that's that about coming. Then about fundraising, there's a proposal in the proposal. We came up with a situation whereby we have adverts in our program. It's going to be well printed. It's going to be a well printed program and glossy paper. And we have people amongst us who have companies, who have organizations that would want to advertise. You never can tell where these programs will get you. Is a way whereby, assuming like front page, if you want a front page, we place an amount to it. It might be 200,000, it might be 300,000. Center spread will be, we haven't put a price to it. But what we are trying to say, the cost of printing the whole program might not be more than 100,000 or thereabout, but we can raise money through this. Adede, did you get me, sir?
Yes, I'm getting you.
And I hope everybody is getting my point. So that's a way of raising money. Through that, if we have 10 companies advertising, we might raise the first 1 million. Then we have friends. We have friends who have things that they can contribute. Like in Ilorin, if you have a farm, if you want to contribute whatever, maybe chickens or whatever, this brings down the cost of a lot of things. Somebody might say, okay, the gala night, I'm funding it. Do you understand, sir? Somebody might say, okay, our lunch for so time, maybe morning food for everybody, I'm funding it, which might not be more than 100,000 or thereabouts. These are ways of bringing down the cost. Then the t-shirt. The t-shirt I'm wearing now, yeah, it's faded. This is about as old as you can see Antonia written on it. I hope you can see it. This was the one we used in Kademola. Is it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? This was 2 years ago by the 88 set. It's 88 is written on the. You can see it.
On the side, yes, I can see it.
Yeah, this is 88. Yeah, but our own. This was pasted on it. That's why it's faded. It's the Antonian logo that's supposed to be on it. But the one we're going to do it in the next 10 years, you'll be good. You'll be happy. You're wearing an Antonian shirt. Do you understand? And we need people. Buki said something from Australia. She said something a few days ago that people need to signify for their coming so that it will make our planning. It will make it more solid. I don't have a choice now as it is. By God's grace, God keep us alive. I will be there. You understand? So if you signify that you are coming, definitely your t-shirt will be customized. They'll write the general behind my own. If Adedeji is sure is coming, you put a name to it. This is what I want to be written there so that you won't be introducing yourself when you get there. Then tomorrow, my wife wore, I got 2 of these. My wife wore it sometimes last year, and she met an Antonia on the road. And the person was like, are you an Antonian? Imagine somebody tapping you and say, are you an Antonian? And you know the joy of it. So it brings a reminder. Then when you get there, like wearing a correct t-shirt, and if you already signify now, by now we'll have done your t-shirt, so you'll have been on ground. That's the reason for the t-shirt, because when we are going to visit the school to inaugurate, is it the word inaugurate now? To present what we are giving to the school, we'll all be in our t-shirts and pair of jeans and your canvas. So it brings a uniformity, and later on you can be wearing it and people will see you, and it can open a door for you. So I don't know what else you expect me to say, but it's very, very good. It's important if you make it a day, July next year. Now it's less than about 10 months to this time. It's good enough time to plan a wedding. It's good enough space of time to plan a reunion. The last reunion we had in August here in Ilorin, Yinka Ademola can testify. They planned it for 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah, 1 month. Abi Yinka, they planned it for less than 1 month. Basically because of accidentals, reasons beyond the control. The outgoing executive had to have a reunion before they leave, and they had just about 2 or 3 months to the end of their tenure. And it was funded by just a couple of friends, and we had the best time. I didn't regret I didn't regret going. I had the best of my time this year. I done, we behave like 16 years old. So you see people, managers in their own companies, people, friends, nobody felt inferior. We played, we danced till like 12 a.m., 12 midnight, 1 a.m. Had a good time. So we need such things to bring down our BP, to calm down, to be calming down, like that boy said. So I don't want to take much of our time, although I've done that already. So I think we should go on to the next whatever on the agenda. Over to you, Adedeji. Thank you very much, bro.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you very much, the General. You've spoken well. You've heard from the horse's mouth. They are the organizers, the planners of this reunion. And he's giving us his word that we are going to do this reunion come next year, July 28th to 30th. So don't let us be optimistic. It's going to work, and it's going to work out. I can see that, okay, James, you are raising up your hand. You have something to say, to add? Before I proceed, I'm sure Femi is still here. Maybe Femi has 1 or 2 things to say. It's also part of the team. Okay, you can go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, because I might should be leaving this call for some other engagement.
Can we see your face, please? Can we see your face, please?
I said I might soon be leaving this call. You know my face now. Please just oblige me this.
You know I might soon see you.
Yeah, you know my face now. Please, I might soon be leaving this call. I have to leave where I am in order to be able to just attend this meeting, and I'll be going back because I have a whole lot I'm doing. That's why I just feel that okay, let me just make this contribution before I leave, irrespective of where I am. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I will, of course, in subsequent meeting, you'll see my face. But the most important thing is that everybody can hear me.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
I think one of the most important things, I love what the chairman of the committee have said, but the whole thing borders down to the issue of finance, because to me, irrespective of what we plan to do, if you are not able to generate the money to do it, we are just talking, and there is something I want the ESCO to also take from where the committee have stopped. Is one, I always believe in the fact that not everybody that is willing to go on a journey with you is capable of going on that journey. Now we are on a journey to, of course, to have our reunion, and it's not everybody that is willing to go on that journey will be capable of going with us into the reunion. So the onus lies on every one of us to ensure that everyone that is willing is able to attend. Not only everyone that is capable will attend. So if we have people that are willing to attend, we must make it a mandatory requirement that as long as you are willing, you must be able to attend. And how do you achieve that? I've also had a couple of reunions in some other association that I belong to, right from the higher institution days and all those stuff. It's basically, it's a very novel idea that the ESCO have been able to put the fund that is required into stratas to say, this amount into this strata, this is what you give to us, gold and all those stuff. It's lovely. But beyond that, I think we need a whole lot of personal touch in terms of, I don't know who is going to handle that within the ESCO, to be able to identify people. We know how much we need. We know how much we need for this because the budget is very straight. And we also know that even without going outside, without even talking about the issue of advertisement and all this thing, within ourselves, we are capable of actually raising out required fund that is needed for this association within ourselves, not not everybody contributing in terms of, because we know that we might not be capable to be able to contribute, but we have a whole lot of people within the association that will be able to do that. So what I expect the ESCO to do now is that put the budget in place, identify a whole lot of people that we need to get in touch with. If it's going to be 200,000, if it's going to be 150,000, if it's going to be 500,000, whatever those people are able to give, honestly, because of that personal touch, because I found out that raising fund is not out of what you put at the general public on the general platform or what you say out. There are a lot of people that are willing to contribute without even having their name mentioned. But it's our ability to get in touch with them. Oh, this is what we need. Please, what can you do for us? Oh, we'll be able to identify 30 people that probably, if they are able to give us like 200,000, that 200,000 is already 6 million. But I believe we have more than 30 people, even in this association, that will be able to do more than 200,000. That does not stop the other plan of what individuals will be paying, what other people will be doing. So that even if what individuals will be paying does not make up, we know that we have that resources, we will be able to reach out to the people that will be able to give us what is required for us to be able to do it. And luckily enough, we have enough time for us to be able to do that. So that's just my little contribution, because I think what we should be talking about now is how to raise this fund. I think it's about 7.something million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have it off heart now. But let's identify people and let's just see how we can reach out to those people within the association to say, okay, yeah, please, this is what we expect for you. Please, can you do it for us out of persuasion? And I believe a whole lot of people will do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my chairman, Dr. James. You've said a lot, and we appreciate your comments. And of course, we'll also be getting back to you. The summary is we need money. And what we are requesting for here is everything is just 3.5 million. Not even 7 million that we are talking about. Just 3.5 million. Of course, we know that inflation is on the increase by the day, but at least we will start this from somewhere. Part of the reason why we call this meeting is how we will motivate ourselves to raise this money. Of course, we have an executive, but we can't do this work alone. We need your support. We know that we have credible people on this platform, just as you have said, people that can really do it. Some people will just do this thing and we will move on. So we are looking at all this avenue, and that's the reason we are having this meeting, because this particular meeting is centered around the reunion. It's not that we don't have other things to do, but we kind of put this meeting for the reunion to actually for us to discuss it and see how we can move forward and make things happen. So thank you very much, my Oga James. James, I'm very happy for most of the things you have said, and we'll be working on it. So, Femi Omotosho, you are an executive. We also want you to say one or two things before we now go to the general house to say two things too. I can see Salamatu Sarah Jato here. I can see Remi Ayimbodo is here. Deji is also here. Leko Gujobi and a host of others. So please, Femi, take the floor for now. Thank you.
So, I'm grateful to be here, and it's an honor to be part of this first meeting to discuss our reunion. Be that as it may, I only have one or two things to say, and it borders on what Okiati said as regards the finance. What we need is, Yoruba man go say, "Owo ni koko." What we need is money. What we need is money. I was discussing with Ademola the other time on the issue of how to raise funds, and he made a suggestion. I guess he's still going to bring it up that for example, the project that we want to run, we can use this as a strategy to raise funds from our friends. Is that, as for example, if you have a friend that is maybe well placed, you could ask him that we are trying to run a project in our alma mater. How much are you willing to contribute? Of course, part of it will go to the union, and part of it also will go to the for the project. In that way, we'll be able to also raise funds, because I know that we have people that are in government that are in places where they can easily tell their boss or their colleague that, Omo, come and help us out. We are trying to do something. We want to do some refurbishment in my alma mater. How much can you drop for us? And he said that as regards that, we can print letters on that basis. And I think it's a novel idea. So that's one thing. Then secondly, I would suggest that as regards raising of funds, it might not only be the job of the ESCOs in terms of seeking out people that are capable of bringing in large funds into the project, but also maybe from the cluster level. At least for now, we have people from all the clusters. We have people from Ilorin cluster. We have people from the South cluster. We have people from Abuja cluster. We have people from. We know amongst ourselves that, okay, Omo, Iloni what and we have people in the diaspora. So I feel that there are people that within this platform that we are closer to, that we can talk to. So I would suggest that we also look at that on an individual basis from the cluster level, people that you know, or even not, maybe even not from the cluster level, it could be across the clusters. You know that you are close to this person, and you know that this person is able to drop something very, 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 very heavy for this project, for this project. You could talk to the person. Even the person might not be that active on our general platform, but that does not mean. But the person, according to what Elkiati said, that first is to establish that people that are willing to come, and anybody that is willing to come should not be left out. So I would suggest that for as many as, for the people that we know amongst ourselves, that you are close to, that you can talk to. There are people that we know that we are closer to in right from secondary school, that you have a one-on-one. You can always have a one-on-one discussion. So I think that we should also explore that avenue, not just that the ESCOs will be the one to be the ones who need to be looking for people amongst us. So I believe that with that also we'll be able to raise. And if we start it early, we should be able to accomplish it before the time of the reunion. I think that is just my submission for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Femi Omotosho. Thank you for the wonderful contributions. I believe we are all gingered for this reunion. Femi too has said a lot. And I believe that at the end of the day, we have more than enough money to actually do this reunion. So I will leave it at that for now. I want our
sorry, Tunde, before you move on, can I just add something? This is Buki.
Okay, VP, before you can go ahead.
Yes. Thank you, guys. I just want to add to what Femi said. Now, in my own opinion, just like he has said, we can raise funds through people. I also want us to have it at the back of our mind that if possible, if we can levy ourselves, because if we say, I know times are hard. So if we say, oh, we're depending on some people to sponsor us, what if we don't get that fund? I would suggest that we add it to whatever we discussed today, that if we know how many people will be attending, if we can also levy ourselves, just like Femi said, we still have about 10 months to prepare. if we can levy ourselves and say, okay, maybe towards the reunion, if we can contribute maybe 1,000, I think that will also help. Rather than, I'm not saying we don't have people that can say, oh, I can, sponsor the whole thing.
Yes.
But what if we don't have people,
Yes.
that have that kind of money?
If you look at the reports that I have shared over time and I've also shared today, is part of what is in the fundraising and sponsorship. The levy for ourselves is actually like 20 to 25,000. I'm sharing my screen now, and I'm sure everybody can see that. Membership levy for reunion, 20K to 25K. That is the levy for ourselves. I'm sure, Buki, you are getting what I'm saying.
Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
So that is where we are. I believe that answers your question. Everybody has this. Yeah. I'm still going to share it again. The levy for each and every one of us is minimum of 20K. It can be more, 25K. Then we can now go for any of those sponsorship categories.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our publicity secretary is waiting. He has one or two things to also tell us. So, Deji, you are welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. I really appreciate everybody that is here for the meeting. And we pray that all our intentions towards this reunion will be successful by God's grace.
Amen.
My own contribution has to do with Buki talked about the levy, and I saw that you have about 20 to 25,000
individual.
For each of the individual. Personally, because of the situation of the country, we don't have to. I don't want us to to peg it to that amount, because we have to make you understand that not everybody can afford that 20,000, and some people can afford more than that. So it will appreciate at least let members know that, oh, okay, you don't have to. If you don't have a 20,000, whatever amount you have is still acceptable as far as a member of the association. We will accept it whichever way. So, and I want us to have like a time, like a deadline for us to gather the funds. I want us to have a date, because if you want to plan, you have to plan on what you have. So once you have a deadline for getting the funds, it will be easier for us to plan the reunion the way we want it to be. So I will advise, if you can have a deadline, okay, let's say within now and so dates, that's where we're going to use to raise funds. So even if it's just like 5 or 6 months from now, or it's 4 months or 3 months for now to raise the funds, so that people can prepare their mind. It doesn't have to be immediate. And definitely some people want to give funds and they don't want people to call their names, and they don't want it to be listed as, okay, I'm dropping this. Let's accept it. If whichever way you want to drop your funds, it's well accepted. So far, you'll be a part of this reunion. And if you can find a way to raise, I don't know, just as I said, if you have some people that have friends in higher places that you feel that you want to talk to, please do. And the time to start talking is now. We don't want it to be when it's getting towards the reunion. So whatever we want to do, we have to start doing it now. Whatever plans we have to set everything in motion now, so we know what we are going to do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Deji. We really need to tax ourselves. There should be timeline. That's the summary of what Deji is saying. Deadline for payments. We should. I think we can decide that in this meeting. We would like to hear from the organizers, like the general. What timeline do you think we should give ourselves? Maybe from now till March or June next year, or how do you want it to be? If we say March next year, that's 6 months. I believe 6 months is enough time. We shouldn't go too much to when we're having the program. 6 months is enough time, but I'm just suggesting anyway. The general will give us more information about that. What time limit should we give ourselves? so that we know that we are doing this thing. We are in October now. October has started. We are in the last quarter of this year. Then maybe by first quarter of next year, we see where we can go. Because I believe that delay is dangerous. We just have to start and move on. I can see that many people are raising up their hand. Where should we start? Who has not said anything? Okay, let's call Daily Metupin to say one or two things. Olad, you can take the floor, please.
Thank you so much, Tunde.
You're welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a privilege to have you guys around again. So, I just want to say this quickly. For me, I think my suggestion, in order to drive people participation with respect to attending the reunion, I suggest that we have some projects, we have some laudable things we want to do, like the scholarship awards we want to give. I believe strongly that everybody wants to associate with something like this, something good. People like to associate with something good. And if we can start off doing something, you know, yes, contribution is very important, plan for the reunion is very important. But actually, the content is if people are looking forward to, when we meet again, that's reunion, what are we going to be doing? Which I appreciate all the uh, the, the proposed projects and all that. I want, if we can have something, hit the ground running, do something. I believe we have some points already. If there's something we can start doing now, people, I believe, to catch our attention and people know that yes, something is going on, and people won't associate. I believe strongly that if we can start doing something, uh, we will have to struggle. We trust that God will bless us. No strategies that we have to raise money. When people also hear, oh, this is what we are doing.
It's like Dele, your network is kind of poor. Or am I the only one that is not hearing you very well?
Okay. So can you hear me now very well?
Okay, it's better.
Can you hear me very well?
It's better now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so what I said is that I appreciate everybody's input and all that. I said what is key is the content. Now everybody wants to associate with something good. Let's start something. Let's hit the ground running. Let's do some things. Yes, we have proposed projects, scholarship, and I believe that when people see something going on that is good, laudable, they will want to be able to catch our attention, and people want to also put in their bits and also be committed one way or the other. Because we are intentional. We are being intentional about what we want to do, and I believe that will drive participation. That will drive people to say, "Oh, I want to be part of this good thing that is going on." And in conjunction with all the strategies we want to use to raise funds, I believe it will work out well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Olad. From what I can deduce from what you said, you are particular about our project and scholarship. You know, all these things, we have committees for them. At committee level, they are taking care of it. We are still coming up with their reports. Dayo Gawati was on this call, is the chairman of our project committee. I'm also a member. So we are wrapping up our report, which is going to be forwarded to the ESCO. So we are still coming back to all of us. This is what we want to do. You will discover that I didn't really put those things on our agenda, but we have plans to still come back and discuss it at this level. We have plans, and you know, it's not ESCO that is doing everything. We have committees that are running some of these things for us. We have our project committee headed by Dayo Gawati. We have the scholarship committee too. They are working, but you know, everybody wants results because people are thinking that what are these people really doing? Time is going. We promise ourselves we are going to do something, but we will not do it alone. We also need you people. We are a team. So we try to just put members of the executives in the committees that are available so that we can see how things are working, and then if we need to ginger ourselves, we will be doing that. Like today, I've been talking with Dayo. How far we need to farm up what we need to do at the project committee level. The plan is to work on our admin block. I'm sure you all know that our staff room, principal's office, that admin block, when you are coming into the school. That's the first point of contact. The plan is to renovate it. That's part of the priority. And then the football field, we want to really work on it and make it, look cute. But everything is money. So we are still coming back to the house. And then, of course, we are going to take it one after the other based on our pulse, what we have, and we prioritize what we will do. So that is what we are doing, and we are trying to sync everything together. But we just discovered that this our reunion, we really need to discuss it, and we have the report ready. The general and his team have done a very good work, and we need to present it to the house. And after doing that, we need to follow up with this meeting. So we'll still be talking about it. So you just give us some time. Thank you very much, Dele. The general, you want to say something about that before Okiat says something? Please unmute.
Yes. I noted 1 or 2 points here. The time lapse. We are looking at just like what you said, end of March, first quarter next year. We'll have 3 months to contributions must come in. We must know where we're going. 3 months is good enough to plan. If we have everything before the end of March next year, that means we have April, May, June. Then the event is in July. That's a time lapse space. Please note that. Then
wait, sorry, I didn't get you well. No, we still have 3 months in this year. So are you saying by end of March, 6 months?
Yeah, by end of March next year, it's good enough time to contribute 25K.
Okay, March.
And whatever we are able to raise. So we have 3 months to actualize what we want to do. Then I noted that Sarah Jato asked a question. If you look at the chat, please, that if you're not coming, can you have a t-shirt? If you check, it's there. I made my consultations right now, and what is going to happen is just like what Buki said a few days ago on the platform, that you signify if you're coming. If you signify that you're coming, your t-shirt will be made ready. Customized t-shirt will be made ready, and what name you want it to be written at the back. Note that if you pay the 20.
Hello.
Your t-shirt will be ready.
Yes, sir.
You have paid the commitment. I'm looking at you, Adedeji. Can you hear me? You might not get the t-shirt because just like I was being told now, and which is true, some people might not come, might not be committed, and we still want a free t-shirt. That might not happen. Do you understand? But so far you notify us that you are signify coming. It's a commitment that you are coming to Ilorin alone. We might have people who sponsor people who are not coming. So, and that takes me back to what Okiat said. Fingers are not equal. Some people might want to come, but the constraint at cluster levels, I expect us to do our marketing. Like when we had 2 years ago, when we had our reunion in Ilorin. Sorry, I keep going back to this. It's a baseline for me to do what we are doing now. 2 years ago, a member who is a connect dropped a bus for us. He dropped a bus that took us to Ilorin and brought us back. And one way or the other, we found our levels when it comes to accommodation. We have guys amongst us Well, if you can't afford to have an hotel to yourself, we have guys who have houses in the Loring. So if it's in your heart to come. That's my take. Don't understand me. If it's in your heart to come. Then as to the t-shirt, if you pay the 25K, you automatically have your t-shirt. If you signify coming to Ilorin, you will have your t-shirt. Thank you. Any comment on that, please? Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you very much, General. I think Okiat wants to say something. Hello, Okiat.
No, Oko signify leg.
Can I say something, please?
Okay, Deji has been waiting since. So sorry. You can go ahead.
No. No, concerning the t-shirt that Inka talked about, I feel that I don't want the t-shirt to be like anybody that comes, because as a member, you automatically you're supposed to have a t-shirt. You understand? So anyhow, because I think everybody is supposed to be, even if you don't come for the reunion, or maybe you are either in diaspora or not, but it's like a symbol to every one of us. So it's a good thing to have. There's another question is that, okay, how many people can afford it, people cannot afford it? So that's why we have a welfare committee. For those that cannot afford it, they should let us know. And for those that can afford it, they should make a payment. And for those that can pay more for the t-shirts to support the others, we do that. So anybody that wants the t-shirt, they show interest, and we should know people that can afford and people that cannot afford. But it's a good thing that almost everybody should have the t-shirt. Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. Coming or not coming, it's good if we have the t-shirts. It's just a way of maybe how we now pass it across to each and every one of us. Coming, whether we are coming or we are not coming, it's always good we have it. Just as the general has explained, I mean, it's a good thing to wear it. You can wear it anywhere. It can even open doors for you. Who knows? So, Deji, thanks for your comments.
Yeah, please, can I come in now?
Yes, okay, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I like putting this into perspective. Luckily, we know how much we want to raise. And let's go straight to the point. You're talking about 3.5, which includes all the t-shirt and probably accommodation and everything. I believe that's all inclusive in that 3.5 you said.
The t-shirts, it's out of it, I think.
Please, let's have a budget of what we need. Please. And then what I expect is this. Please just give me 40 names of our members. 40 names of our members that you think can sponsor this. I have never belonged to an association that I seek sponsorship outside the organization, because I believe there are a lot of potentials within us. Give us the 40 names of the of some of our members that you think that will be able to give us 100,000 naira alone, 100,000 naira alone between now and end of December. We are going to get them to be committed to it. We are going to get them. We might not get the entire money, but if you are able to get that, then by January, we can have a perspective of what is left for us to have. When we talk about, yes, we go on with the 25,000 naira drive, we are going on with, it goes on. But back end, let's work with these people that we know have the capacity to be able to give us this amount. Minimum of 100,000. Some can do 200,000, some can do 300,000. But we need to reach out to those people individually. And of course, that's the OSS of you being a member of BAT, being a member of the ESCO. That's the OSS. It's not just by name. It's in a period like this, we should be able to go the extra mile and make this sacrifice for the organization to ensure that we carry everybody along. Now, by January, like the chairman of the community have said, by January, we would have known how much we have raised, because those are physical commitments. I'm saying that, okay, probably, for instance, James is saying that, okay, by December, before now and December, I'm going to give the organization 100,000 towards this project. Everybody is making that commitment, and we know that commitment end of December. By January, we take account of what we have. If it's 2 million, we are able to raise with that alone. What that means is that it's only 1.5 we need to raise. Meanwhile, we have already told the members of the association that they need to contribute 25,000 naira each. So that 25,000 naira each, even if it's 20, 50, 30 that are able to contribute that, you find out that you are already getting to what you need to get to. By the time we are saying 2 months to the reunion, we find out that we have the enough fund not to discourage our member who cannot afford it not to come. But the most important thing is that we must be able to bring and get the confidence and also be able to motivate those who can afford it to give beyond that. And we have from now till December ending to do that. So that's why I said, of course, when I said the ESCO, it's not that some of us will not join the ESCO in doing this. There are a whole lot of things that have been done back end that we use money and all those stuff. We didn't need to come to the entire house to do it. But because the reunion is big enough, and if you don't handle the issue of funding, you might even have people that can give the money, but a whole lot of people will not be able to, will not attend because they just feel that, okay, yes, I've not contributed, I've not done this. We must give everybody that sense of belonging, but we should also not allow money to be an impediment to the number that we should have. And that's why I love what I think it was that I was talking about, the fact that every member, it's mandatory, every member, whether he can afford it or not, should be able to have what we call the reunion t-shirt customized in his name. How we are going to raise the fund now is not left to us, both at the ESCO level, at BOT level, and at the committee level, to see that we are able to carry everybody along. That's just what I'm saying. Let's get the name of 30 people within us, 40 people within us, and we begin to reach out to them individually. If you want to give some of us the assignment, we are ready in terms of reaching out to those people to say that, please, the association is begging you, we need it, we are all one, we are all united, we are all classmates, and yet only few people will definitely do this thing for us. Not everybody will do it. So that's just my contribution, so that we can put the discussion into perspective. December ending, we end the issue of fund driving from the external source. By January, when we are meeting, we know what is actually left that we need to recoup. And what is actually left, you just find out that you might also have some members that will say, okay, is it 2 million that is just left? 4 members are saying, okay, I'll give you 500, I'll give you 500. We have raised it. And at that point in time, money is no longer the issue. What we are not talking about, how do you mobilize members to ensure that everybody attends? Because to me, finance is very critical. And until we get to the level of giving body, that level of assurance that finance is not going to be an impediment, we'll continue to go front and back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My Oga at the top, okay, James. In fact, I'm very impressed with what is happening today. I can see so much positivity in this meeting. Definitely, it's doable. And the way it's going, maybe we still have that sponsorship committee, which some of us will just be there to actually ginger our classmates to make things happen. You know, we are very free to some of ourselves. Okiat has said it, the general has said it, Femi Omotosho has said it. We can do this thing. I mean, after how many years of living secondary school, Abba, it's not supposed to be a problem at all. It is doable. Thank you very much, Okiat. Adimola, you are raising up your hand.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and go.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon once again.
All right. Please, I'm not a pessimist, but I'm a realist. And I heard what Okiat said, and everybody has been saying a lot of things. You see, the way most of us take this as station differs. When it comes to the issue of raising money, it's the Nigeria of today. We find it very, very difficult. We school together with. But the question is bringing money out of the pocket. Just like we discussed a few months ago, I said, if you say it is this amount of money, even if I'm not I won't be able to give the actual amount at a go. I cannot pay in installment for a particular period of time, which Okiat has suggested, and I think Olateji suggested too. But Okiat saying that we should not go outside to go and seek for funds. My brother, Okiat, you may have money. What I may have, you understand? When you can't, I don't think you will count up to 20 people who will be able to drop to up to 100,000. If you want to know, go and ask Nike on AML how many people are actually contributing. I know we need to help each other and we need to get this thing done, but we need to plan and put in place a situation whereby people might not be able to get this thing done. Then how do we get the actual amount of money that has been budgeted? The way to go is to now seek for funds, you understand, outside our members. So if you say we should not seek for funds, well, just as I've said before, I'm not a pessimist, but I just pray we'll be able to make up before then. That's my observation and advice, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Demola. You know, we have been talking about this before now. We hope and pray that all will be well. Your points are well noted, and we'll be working on it. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, Buki, you have something else to say?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you, everyone, for your contribution. I just want to quickly bring out one or two things people have said. The first one is what Pastor Olad said. I think from what he has said, there's a lot of sense in that. That for us to get people to fund, we need to have a project. Although you said we're coming back to that, but I want us to have that at the back of our mind. That when we are doing something and people see that we are actually, performing up to expectation, then people will be interested in dropping funds. That one, I want us to bear it at the back of our mind, if actually we want people to participate. Secondly, Okiati said that we should, we can raise funds, and he even said he is happy for us to put him in a committee where he will be the one to chase people for. So I think from what he has said, truly, we can raise it within ourselves. We can raise that money within ourselves. It's just a matter of how many people contributing, maybe 100,000 or even 50,000, where I'm sure a lot of us are doing well. And I know God will help us, especially when we see that we're doing something. Now, in regards to what Yinka just said, I know from where it's coming from. A lot of people, I want to believe, are not paying their AML, not because they don't have the money, but because they don't see us doing anything with even the money we have raised. I want to believe that's why even recently, I don't see Nika saying, this person has paid so amount. So I want us all to just work together, believe together that we can do this. If we all have something that we're working towards, not only the reunion. Now we said we want to give some of our teachers money. How do we raise, anyway, it's part of the 3.5 million we're talking about, even though things have gone off. Now, what I'm thinking is if we have something we're working towards, that's where Yinka's suggestion will come in now. Because now we can actually say, we are planning to do this. Can you help us? But you can't go to people. I don't know how it works in Nigeria, but I don't think that you can go to people and say, we want to plan for a reunion. Can you please, can we raise funds from, I don't think that will work properly. But if we have a project and then we're able to realize more than enough, then we can also use part of it to do some of the things we're planning for. That's my take home. Thank you.
Thanks, Buki. You have said it all. All things are possible with this great team of my classmates. We are going to work towards achieving all these. The project will be done, definitely. it is even good if we can do something before the end of this year. Scholarship also is there. Somebody has given us money. We are yet to start spending that money. All this, we give them the assignments to committees to handle. We are expecting their final reports. I believe this last quarter of 2021, we do something. And definitely that will ginger our people from contributing towards this union. Thank God the general has pegged it to, what he suggested was till the first quarter of 2022. Let's see how it goes. So there's time to contribute money for everything. So action will definitely speak louder than voice. We are talking now, we need action from each and every one of us. So thank you very much, Uchi. The points are noted. Femi is also, who has not said anything? Sarah is here. Femi, we still talk, but I want Sarah to say something. I want to see her, I want to hear her. Sarah, say something. Oh, you are not here, your phone is just on. Sarah has not said anything. Remy and Yimo. Okay, Sarah,
Good afternoon, everyone.
Long time, Sarah. Good afternoon.
Sunday, why are you picking on me?
I'm not picking on you. Almost everybody here has said something now. We're just voting.
Suppose I don't have anything to say.
No, you have something to say. You must have something to say. It's your alma mater. And you are very important to us. So yeah, and go.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
We thank God for life.
Yes, sir.
We thank God for the fact that we can still come together as a group. Well, I've actually been listening to what everybody had been saying. I was the one that actually asked the question, if I'm not going to be able to attend, will I still get a t-shirt? Because for me, the t-shirt matters. It's a way of marketing. And again, doing a reunion, fine, we can go out of our way to get sponsorship. We shouldn't just limit ourselves, because looking for sponsorship for me is a way of marketing, because I know that there are lots of people that don't know that, oh, there's a school that bears this name. They only know that, okay, it's a church. Now, going out of your way to look for sponsorship, you're creating an awareness for people in this time and age where we have a lot of schools, old schools that have faded away. And we have a school that is still in existence, and the old students of that school are coming together. This is what we want to do. We want to bring back the old glory of our school. And again, for whatever we do, we should not forget, it is only when a project is attached, for me, I feel that is when people will really want to come out. It's not just coming together to eat, wine, and dine, because people will be like, oh, does it mean you cannot eat in your house? But when there's something attached to the reunion, people are really ready to come out of their shells and do what they have to do. Because I know that Nigerians of these days, a lot of people want to support education. It's no longer what it used to be. But when you have a group that comes out, oh, this is where I finished from, and this is what we are planning to do, people are ready and are willing to help. So if we just limit it to the house alone, I'm sorry, we are not really selling the school that we all came from. For me, I think that's what I have to say. I feel we still need to go out of our closet, ask for sponsorship.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sarah. I think you are towing the line of our vice president too. We will definitely do something. Thank God the reunion is not coming very early. I'm sure before that reunion, we would have been doing a lot, courtesy of everybody here. So we have committees, just as I've said before now. Committees are working on some of these assignments. It's not just tied to the ESCO. The committees are working, but maybe they just need to fast track whatever they are doing. We need to do something even before the close of 2021. Thank you very much, Sarah. No, you didn't allow us to see your face. Femi, oh yeah now.
Okay, good afternoon.
Okay, well, let me show my face if that is what you want.
Show your face now. Ọ̀rẹ́ ojú rẹ̀ rèé, ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta.
I see you.
Àti ìrojú ẹ o. Ilé onídìrí ló wà.
Kàlàbá ló ń kò.
Ẹ ń ṣerun lọ́wọ́ ni, ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ilé onídìrí náà wà.
Ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀, that's nice.
All right, so this is my face.
Yes,
thank you.
We are satisfied now.
Okay, so I can take my leave.
Thank you so much.
Well done, everyone.
Yes, thank
you. What I wanted to say is that I was thinking that is there any member of the committee from the scholarship committee in this Zoom meeting, and then the project.
Dayo was here earlier, so he told me he's on the way to Ilorin. He was in Lagos, so he's going back. So I'm sure that's why. But he was on before. He has logged out.
We could hear from them. Okay, how far have they gone with their work on the scholarship and on also the project? At least it will give us a feel of what you should be expecting in the next few days. Because for me, I think that especially the issue of the project, because we have been going back and forth on this, is taking unnecessarily too long. We need to expedite action on it. It doesn't really take so much time to make a choice of which project you want to do and to which stage you want to do it. If you are going to choose the administrative block project, or it's the field you want to upgrade, let us make that decision ASAP and not be going back and forth on this issue of project. I've discussed with Tunde on this issue several, and I said that we need to quickly expedite action because just as what Buki said, it's only when people see us working. Even any normal human being will say, anything. So if it is painting, let us know and let us go for it. And let us quickly, we need to quickly do this thing. It is the only thing that can sensitize the whole platform. Now today we are about, maybe if you calculate all the number of people that came today, maybe about 15, which is, for me, it's good. It's good because I know what it means to come for Zoom meeting. But let us quickly get a project going. Secondly, I will address the general, since he's the chairman of the committee on a reunion. I think from now, you should begin to have, maybe you have to liaise with with Deji, that we should have a timeline. Now, today is 27, today is 2nd of October. I think we should start a countdown and put it on the platform on a daily basis, maybe even maybe Deji too will be able to do that for us, maybe on the logo of our platform, that 247 days to go, 200 days to go to reunion. So that once you can plant this seed in the mind of people, it's a simple principle. We keep on reminding people on a daily basis. We have 20 more days to our reunion, 30 more days to our reunion. It's a way of planting the seed in the heart of people. And if I might quote the scriptures, they say that somebody planted, somebody watered, but God gave the increase. Our job is to plant. Our job is to water, but God is the one that gives the increase. So if we can also do that and begin to emphasize that on a daily basis, every day you put a reunion there, I think it will also go one way to make people become active. Okay, this thing is coming. This thing is coming. Thank you very much. That's just what I want to contribute.
Thank you very much, our social secretary. They're doing well. I will also suggest that we should be private chatting ourselves, speak up to ourselves about this reunion, even our project, scholarship, everything. We are together. Then on our website too, we should update it with the reunion. Kind of countdown. We can just add it to our website so that you know that we are planning for a reunion. Thank you very much, Femi. Okay, did you have something to say? Publicity secretary.
Yes, I just want to add to what Femi just said concerning the project. My own opinion is that by the day we're doing a reunion, we should be unveiling one of our projects. That's one. Then maybe the other ones have to be ongoing because people need to know. Because if you're going out to solicit for funds, people need to know that, okay, we started working on this. This is the amount we need to get this done. So we just, so when we are even sending out our IV, all those projects are going to be listed in the IV. Okay, this project we're planning to do this is going to cost us this amount of money. This one is ongoing. We are unveiling this. So for, as far as I'm concerned, before the end of maybe the next 2-3 months, we should start a project that we're going to unveil on that reunion day. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, DG. Well, you know, our reunion is still far. We are talking of July 20th to 30. We have at least 9 months before that time. The plan now is, if God help us, we want to unveil some of our projects even this year. If it's still possible, we can do something. Then when we have done something, of course, we can't unveil that one again. So towards that reunion, we can now decide and plan that, okay, we will do this towards the reunion, but we just want to do something. Based on what people are saying here, we need to start doing something. So as we progress doing things, we can now say, okay, for our reunion that is coming up in 9 months' time, we will be doing this. But that staff room, well, is something we plan to do before July. But just as you have suggested, it is good we unveil something on the reunion day. So it is all noted. Thank you very much, Didi. Almost everybody here has said, okay, Funke has not spoken now. Funke, you are here. You have to talk. Take the floor. Hello, Funke. Funke, we are waiting if you are there. Hello.
Tell her to unmute. Maybe she doesn't know. Yeah.
Okay. So it has really been a good time with each and every one of us for the past 1 hour, 45 minutes that we have been on this call. I believe we have trashed most of the trashables for the reunion. Okay, the general has something to say.
Sorry, I was sorry. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
sorry,
I was doing
my consultation with Remy just now, and she came up with a very important point. Now, that reunion is going to hold.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, I can assure that it's going to hold, and it's going to be a great event. Now, you spoke about talking about this constantly. That's what Remy was just telling me now. You spoke about talking about this constantly, but don't you think we need to create another platform where strictly business on reunion will be discussed? Although it's the business of the reunion planning committee, But because you discover that on the main platform, there are jokes, there are birthday wishes, you lose informations. But if we can have another platform, that's what is Remi's idea, and I think I'm buying into it. I'm not pushing it.
In fact, I totally support it. So you are the chairman of the reunion committee. You can go ahead and set it up. You can make me a member of that too. It has to be based on interest. It's not that everybody has to be there. If they want to be there, we put them there. Like members of your committee, they are there, you know.
Automatically.
They are there automatically. But ESCOs too can be there if they want to be there.
Okay, if they want to be there.
Like me, I am him.
All right.
I'm sure the president is also him.
Okay, what I'm going to do within the next 24 hours, I'll create that group chat. I'll put it on the main group that if you're interested in entering the reunion chat or whatever, that group, please signify. Then I'm going to, I don't know whether I'll liaise with Deji. We might have to be placing advertisement, maybe weekly, reminding us, aside from that countdown thing that you spoke about, we might have to be placing advertisement every week, reminding us of a reunion. Then what was I going to say? Sorry, I couldn't note because Remy was talking. I was going to say something about, okay, now the project. Femi, Ulego, can you hear me? I'm directing this to you. How long will it take? I don't know. Are we unveiling after reconstruct, after renovating, or before renovating? We're talking about the admin block.
I'm part of that team, the project committee team.
The question I'm asking is okay. The question I'm asking is that no, I was asking Femi because Femi is an engineer.
Okay.
There is now the question is: are we going to finish the renovation before the reunion, or we're going to start it unveil? I don't know what we mean by unveil. Is it that we must have finished before then, before the reunion, or we'll start at the reunion? What do you mean by unveiling?
Let me just come in perspective of this discussion.
Let me just come in here. What I can see is that based on, I don't want to use the word paucity of funds, but presently, let us assume we don't have any money presently for the project. We have to start raising money. It will be good, as I suggested to Omalaji, that we can take them in milestones. Like example, you want to do the admin block. You have about 4 or 5 components: tiling, maybe the ceiling, the roof, if the roof is still okay, which I think we should change. The windows should be changed. The furnitures. Then by the time we are now coming in for,
the reunion,
we can now paint it.
Sorry, Femi, if I may ask, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry I'm cutting you because I need to put this. Have we put a cost to it? Have we assessed everything, the roofing, the painting, the furniture? Have we put a cost?
The general, please, can I come in so that let's put this discussion into perspective.
All right.
Let's put discussion into perspective.
All right.
When we are talking about doing a project before reunion, I think the only Bible project we can do before reunion now is the scholarship project, which a donation has been made for it.
Oh, that's good.
We had the fund. Somebody have said fund. The only thing we are talking about is the modalities. So now they are releasing the situation that this is the modality to give like 4, 5, 6 students that scholarship. We have done something. People have said that they have done something. Then whatever we need to plan, which now also moving to what Nika is saying, to seek fund. There's nothing wrong with the association seeking fund that we want to rebuild our school. Like the vice president said, we cannot seek fund that we want to hold a reunion. Nobody will take you serious. But if there is a project we now want to attach to the reunion, we cannot begin to see how we can get those funds both within and outside the association. But the low-hanging fruit for us now is the scholarship, which somebody donated money and said, I want
The
it
money
to
on
be
ground.
quickly used for this. But yet, we have not been able to come up with the modalities. So I think we need to task the committee that is involved that in the next 2 weeks, please give us the modalities and let us see how we are going to disburse that fund.
It's very important. That is
Because
very, very important.
that is a very low hanging fruit for us, which the only thing we need is that, okay, we put our heads together and say, this is how we are going to utilize the fund. Rather than thinking of, okay, this is how we are going to raise for this, how we are going to do this. It might take a whole lot of time.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So if I may conclude what I was saying, thank you for that, okay. That means we have an easy route to it, that we have a project that we are unveiling at that time. Then concerning the t-shirt that I spoke about the other time, sorry about that. Looking inward, I discovered that it's already embedded inside the 3.5. Is it?
It's not there. It's totally
It's not
outside.
there. It's totally outside.
Yeah.
So we have to find a way out of it. First, we need to make people to say to give out their interest. But did you say something that everybody is entitled to it? That means we have to build it into it. Did you say everybody, either you pay or not? And I think you agree to it. What is the house saying about this?
The two components that are not inside that 3.5 is, I think, that the t-shirt and the money for the teachers, the gift for the teachers. I don't think, because we don't really have an exact figure for the teachers presently, as in, we don't know the number of teachers that we are going to finally give. These ones are just majorly suggestions. We are not be able to give all those teachers. So those are the two components of that proposal that is not captured in the 3.5 billion naira budget.
Okay, you know what, Femi? You know what, House? I want to suggest we have this meeting again. We meet with my people. I'll have a meeting with the union committee. And Adedeji, can we have this meeting, this Zoom meeting, maybe twice a month or monthly? It's a very, very important meeting, this Zoom meeting that we are having. It will help us to be giving.
Yes, it all depends
on us.
It will
help us to be giving situational reports.
Exactly.
Like Saturdays like this.
And that's part of the reason we are having that WhatsApp group. If we can get it up, we will decide things there. Any frequency that we think is okay for us to be having this meeting, I'm in. If it is fortnight, if it is fortnight, will be too close for now. Maybe towards the reunion, we can be having more meetings. But for now, maybe once a month could just be fine.
Yeah, so this Zoom meeting today being the first Saturday of the month, if we can be doing I suggest the first Saturday of the month. 1, 2, myself and my team, we've not finished our work until after the reunion. We're going to meet again. We're going to meet again on this report. Since I think the house is agreeing that everybody must have the t-shirt. But do you know, even on that platform, we have people who don't, I am sure there are people who don't even read at all in a month.
Yeah, some people don't really read. You know, when you go there,
they don't even belong at all.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So maybe we just.
So, Chairman of committee, let me correct that impression.
Yes, sir.
If you say people don't contribute, I will agree with you.
Contribute, read.
That when you talk about reading, there's nothing. Even the people you will tag monetary spirit, we call them monetary spirit. They read.
But it's true.
No, they read.
You can see how many people read. Yeah, I agree with you. See, I see how many people.
Yeah, right. If you post anything now, you can click and see how many people have read your message. And within 2 days, you find out that almost everybody have read. But maybe only 5 people will make comments. That I can assure you. Now, until you have, when it was coming to Let me start an example for you. When we were to do voting on some critical aspect of our constitution,
Some people come out.
How did they come out?
As in they talk.
In the same way, in fact, my higher institution all matter. It was when we wanted to do election, I would say that they must do campaign. And people must come out. That is when we now saw that, look, people that you thought never existed in the group, that you never knew that they were even our classmates, they started speaking. And that's why I love what somebody said. When he said, when you have something that is exciting, everybody will contribute. Because the moment we create this excitement, and the union is enough to create that excitement. And that's why I don't want the situation where we want to now say probably we'll exclude some people because of any reason. We should try as much as possible to create a platform for everybody to be able to attend. If you decide not to attend, you now know that it is your own choice. So if you meet at the union level, of course, all these costs, let's include it in the cost, in what we need to generate. And if they allow us, then of course at the union level too, we can begin to think of how we are going to generate that money. I praised it before, even in one of our meetings at the union, that the only lie on us to see how we are going to generate the money to foot all the bill in order to make the body less for everybody. The most important thing is that if the body is going to be less for everybody, then we will not know that, okay, yeah, the people can afford it will come in, the people that can pay more will pay, and the people that probably are not too buoyant at that particular point in time, they will also not feel neglected that, oh, because of one thing, I will not be able to attend. I will have a full house. But the most important thing is this: we must have maximum participation. That should be critical in this reunion. Thank you.
Okay. Adedeji, with your permission, sir, with what Okiat just said now, we're going to go ahead with that. In the next meeting I'm going to have with my people, by God's grace, we're going to discuss on, we come up with the cost of the t-shirt. We announce on the platform, general platform, if you are coming for the reunion, please signify or contact reunion committee members. Send us your details, the name you want written at the back of your t-shirt. Do you understand? Then at cluster level, I'm coming up with another point, sir. At cluster level, we need to emphasize one problem, one challenge we have in 90 set is that our cluster, this thing is not strong. I think we need to work on that. Adedeji, please, you and the executive, you need to work on meeting at the cluster level. Let's start that. I don't know what about Lagos. In Abuja, we've not spoken on the cluster in the cluster meeting for like, God knows, maybe like, 6 months. So we need to, I don't know whether we have cluster chairmen. We need to know ourselves at the grassroots level so that
I believe you have a WhatsApp group.
And we do, but we've not spoken in 6 months in Abuja. Do we have a cluster head in Abuja? Do you guys have it in Lagos? So at that level, we can gather ourselves. When we're going for reunion in 2 weeks in August, it was at the cluster level they drop a boss. And now I want to say this, sir. I think it's going to be whether at a cluster level, it's an assignment that we transport as many as possible that we can make drive. When I mean drive, it's not driving a car. We can drive them, market it to them to come for the reunion. This last one we went for in Ilorin, somebody dropped a bus. And I can assure you, maybe we should push transportation in the cost of the reunion for each cluster, even if it's an 18-seater bus.
I disagree with that, please. I disagree with that.
As in to
I disagree with that.
You mean
what I'm saying is
transport?
What I'm saying is there are people who want to come.
Yeah.
I can't afford
in as much as people look, all these things we are talking about is about commitment. Okay. So right. I'm not saying everybody will be, but if you know you actually want to be there, if your friend is having a burial, if you have money or you don't have money, if you truly love the person, you will be there. Okay, and because we have enough time, we are planning. If you know, everything doesn't have to be, look, where anywhere
Doesn't
there
have to
is no
come on a platter
commitment.
of gold.
Yeah, anywhere there is no commitment is always wish-wash. So let
You're
people
right.
also put in something. And then let me just quickly talk about the t-shirt. The best way to get people involved is because you can't just do general fitting, or what do you call it, size. So everybody, that's the easiest way to get people involved. Just tell them, please, if you are interested, can you please send your size
Okay.
to so person? That way, because I don't know, you are going to wear extra large. I will not wear extra large. I will wear small. So
small.
extra,
You wear small.
Bookie, that was in the olden days. So Bookie, that was in the olden days. So
I'm just trying to please let. Anyway, so if we can say, okay, can you please send your size to so person? That way, because everybody wants to be a part of it. That way, everybody, your interest, and the people that are not interested, it will be somehow. If you go and get extra large for someone that is wearing medium, the person will not be happy. In as much as I want everybody to have the t-shirt, they also have to send their sizes. So if they don't send their sizes, it will be very, very difficult for you to get the right size for the person. Okay. That is one. And that will help us to minimize cost. Because send even if you can have few mediums like extra and all that, but minimize I'm order. So I will suggest you put it on the platform for everybody. We are planning towards a reunion, and we would like to know everybody's sizes. Can you please, maybe you don't have to send it on the general platform, send to, maybe even Remy would be the one you want them to send to, or anybody in the, in your committee. And then they will send it to them. Then another thing about the cluster one, because you said the clusters have not been active. Maybe I'll take it back to the executives and then we'll discuss it. I think we need to appoint a leader for each cluster. And the reason why I'm bringing that here is because maybe Tunde can write that on the platform. If any cluster would like to suggest a particular person for their cluster, they could forward it to Tunde. I think that will help us than imposing somebody on you. We want people that are active, that can carry everybody along. I might think, oh, this person is my friend. Oh, Femi Omotosho is my friend. Now I think he should be the leader. But he might not be actually friendly with everybody. But if somebody from the cluster could suggest somebody and say, oh, this is the person we want. And then that makes it easier for us to now say, okay, we'll announce it, this person, and we want, and then that is when we're able to, give timeline. We want you to find out among your clusters how many people. That way, everybody is active, and then we are, working together. And I think it will make life easier for every one of us. That's just my suggestion. Eshe.
Yeah, that's a nice one. In general, you want to say something?
Well, she has said it all, but I think there are two other people. Okay, they've spoken. She has said it also. We'll go back to our drawing board, and like is recommended by this committee, this meeting, we're going to calculate the cost of a t-shirt. I'll get back to Deji on the t-shirt. Deji, we must give it to Deji. He's the one that designed that t-shirt. So I'll get back to him on the cost. And so that if we have people who signify, as you signify, you tell us your size and the name you want written at the back of your t-shirt. So I'm going to go back to, so that we had the cost to it, touch one or two things. You can't be perfect. I noticed one or two things that we need to touch on that budget. and I'll get back to the house. Then I think we'll be meeting in that other chat room that's meant for strictly for reunion. So we won't leave the job, as you said, we won't leave the job strictly to the committee, to the reunion committee now. And I think what is happening now is the union committee is being enlarged to that big committee. So it's a matter of interest now. If you are interested in coming to discuss it, you will be there. Not because we have one or two people who are in the reunion committee that has never said a word.
Like
so
those
now,
people, they don't even need to be in the chat group.
So now, what we are doing now is, as what we are happening now is we are having a reformation of a reunion committee. We put it on the platform. If you want to be in the reunion committee, and please, as many as are in this meeting now that want to be there, please get back to me so that we'll be added and we'll fix a time for meetings. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. Adedeji, it is like you guys have worked. You have worked for us. This meeting have worked for us.
We are all working
Thank
for
you
ourselves to make life easy for everybody.
Thank you very much. And it's going to be a success, I can promise. Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you.
Very much. Okay, President is here. You want to say one or two things?
Hello, guys. What's up, President? No, this is Oluwatoyin.
Who is this?
Who is who?
This is Oluwatoyin, buddy. How are you guys?
Okay. Toyin, everybody, how far now?
Oh, Toyin, hi.
I'm fine.
How are you
doing? What are you doing?
Now, Toyin. It's been a while.
Abi.
Baba.
Baby face, yes, you are there. Oh, God.
It's good to see you, man.
Same here, bro. Sorry, I'm actually at work,
Okay, well done.
Okay, now, I've been listening to the general talk. Very, very touching.
Yes, he has really said a lot.
But now, this particular, what's it called, meeting, is it all inclusive or just for executive again?
Maybe you are in the general WhatsApp group, Tony. Are you not there?
Yes.
But you posted that to join. As a meeting.
No. Do you know how many people are
WhatsApp group meeting? Then this one I've been posting it. But this one is actually a general meeting for all. It's for everybody.
Do you know how many people are on this thing right now?
We have about 20 on this call.
I don't think so. I think we have 8.
We have what?
8.
6.
8 people.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, before you joined us, we had more.
We have more now.
People have been coming and be going.
Exactly. I've been taking note of people that have been joining.
Okay.
About 20 people have joined.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, Toyin, to answer your question, it's meant for everybody. It's supposed to be a meeting for everybody in the 1990s to discuss the reunion. So you can talk, of course. You're welcome, bro.
You can talk.
Okay, so I saw there were about 92 on the chat itself. About 92 people there, right?
Yes.
On the chat, on the forum. So I was just wondering, okay, basically what I wanted to say is this. Those clusters, I think those clusters are the main thing. We need to work on the clusters first before we talk about the main thing. Like in Abuja now, I think you're in Abuja, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you in Abuja?
I'm in Abuja as well.
Amira. We'll see soon.
I only see G4 because me and G4 will see around the same axis. Although we meet maybe in joints and all that as well. Land your life, see once in a while. 10 minutes, I see once in a while. But I think like that thing we had the last time that we met somewhere. Although I couldn't make it that day.
I couldn't make it either.
Exactly. That one I think is the main thing. It's not just a guiding or something. And this is in Lagos as well. Probably those people in Lawrence. They just come together and then, have something together. It is just maybe a command lucky guardian around like you did in Abuja that time. It was really awesome. I think from there, when you build the clusters, then the big one will be missing. Like you're talking about board. I've not left Abuja in 5 years by road. I've not. In the past 5 years. But I'm going towards that, I'm going to the airport. Last time I was in Ibadan. But what I was saying, I went to the document and I was saying, Ibadan for that. That's what you think. I can't.
With the state of this country.
Yeah. The thing. Me that I enjoy road trips, I love road trips like crazy. But I think
the roads are bad.
Try. So all these things are dropping boards. people will now go into bus and start going to love me at a job. I don't think that will happen.
Okay, bro.
So I think we just come together. That's what I talked about. Let's work on this, and then from there we can now build the major one. That's just what I wanted to say.
I think she can't hear you. And so, Adedeji, do I respond to what Tony said, or you want to respond?
Go ahead, my general. You are together in Abuja.
I know. Well, like Tony said, which I said earlier on, we need to develop our strength from the grassroots. We're going to work towards that, because if we build up the strength, láti grassroots, we'll be able to ginger ourselves. One, then two, we'll be able to even help ourselves. When you meet friends, when you guys meet, that's when you'll be able to encourage ourselves to be able to do something for our matter. So I feel what you're saying, and that's what I've said to the executive, that we need to strengthen ourselves at the cluster level. At the general level, we discovered that in the chat room, it's only about 10 people, maximum of 15 people that are participating. But about grassroots level, general platform, things will get better and things will be easier. You understand? Now we have discovered Tony. Now Tony, one of the millionaires. I'm sure he's going to give like 500,000.
Millionaire waiting. I beg you.
Anyway, that's a good one, the general. Actually, if you look at it very well, we have not had any meeting as General Sass, apart from our WhatsApp. We've not been doing meetings.
Somebody wants to talk.
Yes, we've not been doing meetings at all. And I believe we should be doing meetings like this. Apart from discussing, maybe, of course, we have our agenda. Maybe the main agenda for this meeting is our reunion. It's fine. But we should be having general meeting like this. Of course, cluster is dead. This general meeting, in most cases, it's going to be on this kind of platform. I think we should be doing it maybe once in 2 months.
Yes,
you're right. Together on a Saturday like this. It can even be at night. Maybe Saturday night, you know. We just talk for like 2 hours, exchange ideas, and adjourn. So I think.
How can it be at night? Kill me. Everybody
I want to sumo
You don't say at night. You will walk around the time, okay?
Okay, Okiat is saying something.
Yeah. You are talking, I think we are currently using a Zoom platform.
Yes, this is Zoom. This is Zoom now.
Now, but what I've come to find out when it comes to a general meeting like this, on our WhatsApp platform, we can actually create a meeting, a chat room where we can still meet conveniently. Not be on Zoom platform. If any of the members, I think it's also linked to the Facebook. It's an easier platform than the Zoom platform, and you have more participation. But it's not everybody that is actually on Zoom.
Okay.
It's not everybody that is actually on Zoom.
But they can download it.
Everybody can be on Zoom.
Let's Okiat finish now.
See, if you go to your WhatsApp, if you go to our group platform, there's a platform that you can actually create a meeting for everybody on that platform. What it actually means is that everybody on that platform does not need to download anything. All you need to do is to click to this thing, which, because you have created it, is just to create for any particular meeting at any particular point in time, and the person automatically comes in. It's easier than Zoom. Microsoft Teams is even easier than Zoom. A whole lot of people are actually leaving the Zoom platform now because there are a whole lot of easier platforms that people can easily go in than Zoom. If you ask a lot of people that did not participate in this meeting now, the next thing they will tell you is that, oh, look, because I don't have Zoom, I don't know how to meet and stuff like that. So we can also exploit that.
Okiati. Okay, about the WhatsApp, how many people do you think it can accommodate? Because I think it's maximum of 7 people, except it's been upgraded.
No, you can accommodate as many people as the Facebook can accommodate. Because when you create that chat group, it naturally link you to Facebook. I've heard a lot of series of videos.
Okay. You can try that next time then. I think we can try that next time.
Yes, I shouldn't be done.
Unmute yourself, Adedeji.
Adedeji.
Toyin à ń gbọ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. I was muted. Network Toyin go dáa. Okay, Ayobolu, you want to say something before we wrap up?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to make a few comments.
Okay.
Are you guys hearing me?
President, take the floor. We are hearing you.
Okay, let me just be very quick, because this area that I am, my network is always weak. I think the summary is that the ESCOs will decide on the projects to do as soon as possible. We will meet, look at the cost implication, and decide on the project we will do. The scholarship project, that one is a given already because the funds are, so it will be the scholarship plus another project. We will try to have submitted to us. We'll decide on which other project to do alongside the scholarship. And then I also want to say that even if we see physically, all of us, 92 of us physically, with the way we behave on our WhatsApp platform, on that general platform, there are some people who will still not talk, who will just be looking. So even if it's free and nobody is charging anybody, I have discovered that in a WhatsApp group of 90, when you have 30% participation, you are good. And that's general to all platforms that I'm on. People don't usually participate more than 30%. So let's not worry ourselves about having a full 100% participation sometimes on these platforms. When we have 30, 25, 30, I think we are good to go. We will decide and know what we want to do. On the clusters, we have to do a lot more. Well, I am now Abuja cluster, so we will have to find a means of making our Abuja cluster to come alive. We have very powerful people in Abuja, and we will be very strong if we can meet and cooperate with ourselves. So we'll try to make that work so that the Abuja cluster can come alive. Lagos is also very strong. Ilorin is also very strong. So we don't have any reasons not to have strong clusters. The Warri people and the Kaduna people can always join up with the nearest clusters to them. But I think James and Janet and Sesson are in the South. They can always meet and also be part of whatever we do. So those are the things that I think we have to note. But I'm happy with the way we've contributed today. It's been a good session. And I don't know whether it will work once in a month, I don't know. But let's just make it regularly, even if it is once in a quarter. To have this kind of feedback is always very encouraging. That's all I have to say for now.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, my president. That was his presidential speech once again. Let's work towards having this meeting at least once in 2 months at least. If you can't have it once in a month, if you can have it once in 2 months, it's not that bad. And then we, just as I said, everybody will not attend, no matter what we do. If we can have a good percentage, 20%, 30%, it's fine. Can always be doing our meetings, and of course, those people that attend the meeting will be deciding what and what is going to be happening. You cannot be in the meeting and be saying, if we make a decision, we have made it and we run with it. So thank you, everybody. Everybody has spoken. Is there for any other business before we close? Any other business? Any other thing to talk about?
Okay, can I talk, sir?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Mr. Seke. Okay, thank you, everyone. I just want to quickly add that if we agree we are doing it every 2 months, can we put a time today and say every first or second Saturday at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. or whatever time that suits everyone? Can we just finalize it rather than just base it on suggestion?
Okay, that's a good one. The president is here. I'm here. You are here. The general is here. Okat is here. BOT people, they are here. So for me, okay, ladies first, what do you suggest? When should we be having it, Bookie? Considering your time zone and everything, which time is best for you?
I think 2 is okay for me, but I don't know if it's okay for DG.
2 what?
2 p.m. Like we had it today, but I'm not sure if it's good time for DG.
Is 8 a.m. for him now? I believe it should be okay. It's in the morning for him.
It should be about 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. for him.
Yes. So it's fine for DG. It's also new people
but DG's not here now. DG's not here now.
I know, but it's going to be good for him. We are trying to make a decision now. You are here, the general. Tony is also here. So for me, 2 p.m. is also okay. 2 p.m. is okay on. Are we saying first Saturday like this of the month, maybe once a month or once in 2 months? What are we talking about here?
Can I talk here, sir?
Go ahead, the general.
I feel it's good we do monthly. It's good we do monthly. If you look at it, not only discussing what we have on ground, it's creating a bond.
You are right.
And if we have that 1 hour, 2 hours within a month, it's not too much for our association.
We peg it at 2 to 4 p.m. max.
Yeah, 2 to 4 p.m. It's also 4 o'clock in Abuja. Our time has not changed.
Okay. We all know that. Tony has left. Okat, would you like to say something about that?
No. Honestly, I agree with what Ika has said. Once a month, 2 p.m. is okay. And like Vice President said, it's not compulsory for everybody to attend. Yes. Decisions are reached, and those decisions can easily be passed to the entire house that were reached in the meeting. The fact that you are not in the meeting does not mean that the decision will not be binding on you.
Exactly.
There is constant awareness that we are meeting, the bond is there, and of course we are moving forward, especially in view of the fact that we are planning for the reunion. So that 1 month is okay by me.
Okay. Myself, Okiet, Buki, 2 p.m. first Saturday of the month. The general too, I think what you have agreed to that too.
I already did.
Show us Sini. Tony too, is he raising up his hand? I mean, Tony.
Tony's hand has always been up. He has not brought it down.
No. Actually, sorry, I actually say, Tony has gone now, right?
The president has left.
Direct man. He has left. Okay. I wanted to say that some of us have not been very active. Me, I'm a corporate, so I've not been active at all. And I feel that sometimes. Fine, even I've defaulted in I know they lie. I've defaulted in the payment and everything, because you need to know why you are doing this thing. You need to know, okay, this is why we're doing, okay, this is what's going to be achieved, this is what's going to happen, so that I won't be able to know where to go from there. Well,
yes.
That's why, Mommy, I met somebody, I don't want to talk about it. I met somebody, he wasn't going to comment. And you notice that some people that used to react before, they don't talk anymore. There must be a reason why some of them are not talking. And I think that we need to find a way of bringing everybody back into the ship, and let the whole thing so that the ship can sail smoothly, The way
Yes.
is mo jíjẹ owó báyìí, màá láti pe accountant ti béèrè pé lónìí mo jẹ́ o kí tètè mo kí yẹn sanwó mi so that màá lè lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀.
Yes.
Because the way it is now, mi ò lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí mo kàn.
No, orí bẹ́ẹ̀ o lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀.
Mo ò lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí yẹ kí n má lè sanwó mi, tí má lè ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí n ṣe ṣojú sí mi
You are more than capable.
Because the way I see this thing, people are different. I know, like people used to know those days. Like most of them come, money people man no reckon to most so mo want town, mo wa lote, mo ni le lori. The reason is this. I had a friend who lo wo nìkan, wọ́n ti mọra wọn, àwọn wori yẹn, wọ́n ti mọra wọn tipẹ́tipẹ́. Òun dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ o very correct gan ṣiṣẹ́ mi báyìí. Ó ṣe lọ́rọ̀ rẹ̀ ní kíni ẹ kò mọ̀ pé ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn gan wọ́n ti ń wá tipẹ́tipẹ́. Ó ṣe lórí lote nìyẹn. You can imagine that kind of a thing. Ọlọ́pàá ò ní gbọ́ pé o kàn wá kí ni. They no one know that gbogbo iná máa jọ kó papọ̀. So that's the thing. People are different now. But the more you come together and you now interact with people, you know what to do. Okay, more trust anymore, because I think everything has to start from trust. That's a match. Before before I'm report for that. I go very much. Some of us are even traveled now. God, So I think we need to do, like I said, that thing. Then we'll be able to move from there, upwards. That's just what I wanted to say.
Yes, it's very okay. Part of the takeaway from this meeting is this meeting that we want to be doing. Apple. Let's just go ahead and be doing it. First Saturday, to create that bond. First Saturday of the month, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and everybody can
reunion.
Yes, reunion, Sass 90 reunion. Come on, meet our party, you tell Tabato 20, Tabato 30, all well and good. Exactly. Part of the takeaway of this meeting, and I've noted it.
Arami, Bositio, Oto, Kawamura, Michela, Finderigao, Mura, Oremi, Ejega, Mura, Tishewa, Ejega, Mura, Tishel, Babare, Lowolowo. Lẹ́sìn lẹ́kàn, bàbá rẹ̀ ló wó lọ́wọ́ ìyá rẹ̀ lẹ́sìn lẹ́kàn, tó bá gbójúlé wọn. Ó tẹ́tọ́, iṣẹ́ la fi ń dẹni gíga. Múra ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ẹ jẹ́ ká múra sí iṣẹ́ o. Jegamura Tishewa Already fẹ́tí ṣe bíbí ọ̀lẹ́ là ń rí already gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níṣẹ́ ló yẹ ká tẹra mọ́ṣẹ́ already fẹ́tí bí ọ̀lẹ́ là ń rí already gbẹ́kẹ̀lé. Kajera Monshelo to Ishela Vindeli Giga Mura si Eje Kamura si Shewa Eje Kamura si Shell Mura si Shell ọ̀rẹ́ mi lọ sétí o, ó tọ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́, iṣẹ́ la fi ń tẹ́lẹ̀ gíga, ká múra sí o. jìyà fún ṣebí ilé tọ́jọ́ ohun tí a bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún màá ló ń pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni ohun tí a kò jìyà fún mo ní kí n lè tọ́jọ́ ohun tá a bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún màá ló ń pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni iṣẹ́ là ń fi ń dẹni gíga múra ọ̀rẹ́ mi ẹ jẹ́ ká múra sí iṣẹ́ o ẹ jẹ́ ká múra sí iṣẹ́ o ìyà ń bọ̀ fọ́mọ tí ó pọ̀ ẹ̀bùn ń bẹ fọ́mọ tí ń sá kiri ìyà ń bọ̀ fọ́mọ tí ó pọ̀ ẹ̀bùn ń bẹ fọ́mọ tí ń sá kiri má fòwúrọ̀ ṣeré ọmọ mi múra sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ ó yẹ ká múra sí iṣẹ́ wa ẹ jẹ́ ká múra sí iṣẹ́ wa. Tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ń tẹra mọ́ tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ń tẹra mọ́ tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ń jàre o tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ń tẹra mọ́ iṣẹ́ lóògùn ṣẹ́ òun ará mi tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ o iṣẹ́ lóògùn ṣẹ́ òun ará tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ báwo rẹ ti gbẹ́kẹ̀lé káṣá tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ bí bàbá tiẹ̀ lówó lọ́wọ́ kó ṣá tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ó jàre o tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ó jàre o tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ó jàre o tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ iṣẹ́ lóògùn iṣẹ́ òun ará mi tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ o iṣẹ́ lóògùn iṣẹ́ òun ará mi tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ o bàbá rẹ̀ lè lówó lọ́wọ́ kó ṣe tẹra mọ́ ṣẹ́rẹ́ o.